Are you ready to do a practice graduate school admissions interview with me? If so, stick around for this episode of Navigating Academia. What's up, Navigating Academia family? This is Dr. J. Phoenix Singh coming at you with another episode of Navigating Academia, your leading source for guidance on how to advance your career in academia. Today is my third volume of graduate school interview questions that I'm going to be grilling you on to be able to help prepare you for your admissions interviews. Now, if you haven't checked out volumes 1 and 2, be sure to do that after we're done here today. If you've never watched one of these videos before, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Everybody like this video, it helps us out a ton. And if you get a ton out of this video, if it really helps you out, please become one of our channel supporters on Patreon for exclusive content, a one-on-one shout out in these videos. This one's for Kathy Figueroa. Kathy, thank you so much for being a channel supporter. We love you here on the channel. Always, you give such great comments, so you're awesome. And also, you can get discounts on one-on-one coaching. So, for example, let's say that you want to do a practice interview with me for your specific target program. I can tailor that specifically for you. You can go ahead and book a session with me via my website, the URL for which is below, and we can go ahead and get that on the books for you. But for today, here's how it's going to work. In a few seconds, what's going to happen is that there'll be a swoosh on the screen, and then there will be a black screen with some white text that's going to give you the instructions for answering every single question. It's going to tell you approximately how long each of your answer should be, both in terms of number of sentences as well as in terms of the length of your response. What's going to happen for me is that I am going to give you 30 seconds after I ask every single question. And these questions come from all of you, from those of you who this past calendar year did your actual doctoral or your master's interviews. You sent me the questions that you actually got asked. These are real questions. So make sure that you practice this as well as the other 2 volumes worth of questions as we go ahead and get started right now. Let's do this thing. Welcome. It's good to be able to speak with you today. As you know, we're going to be doing some interview questions now. So go ahead and take a seat and we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay? So first, can you tell us a little bit about your interest in our institution and specifically in our program? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And can you tell us about your education so far, especially in how you believe it's prepared you for the rigor of this program here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you describe for us, what are your career goals? What would you like to do once you've obtained this experience here at our institution? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you please identify for us a group with whom you believe that you would have a difficult time working? And what strategies would you use to be able to work with such a group? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, as you may know, our program is very time intensive. What other commitments do you have right now, and what changes would you have to make to fully prioritize this program? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, taking a look at your CV, your GPA is slightly lower, and the number of publications and conference experience you have is slightly less than we would expect for this program in terms of other applicants. Do you have any explanations for this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Who would you say is your favorite scholar in the field right now, and why? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you think of a time that you had to bend the rules in order to accomplish a goal? Can you tell us about that? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, a bit of an off the wall question. What's one positive thing and one negative thing that you think your family would say about you? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is something that we can't tell about you just by looking at you from first appearances? What would you say? Now, here at our institution, we're deeply devoted to the principles of diversity and inclusion. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience, possibly, in making somewhere that you worked more diverse or more inclusive? Hmm. Okay. All right. And what experience did you have that showed you that this was the right field for you? Hmm. Okay. All right. Can you tell us about a time that you had a problem working with someone and how did it affect your ability to complete projects? How did you solve that problem? Hmm. 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 So let's say that you start a company in the future, let's say. What are three values that would be at the core of that company? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So, a hypothetical situation for you: if someone you work with, let's say a colleague, a coworker, says something that's derogatory or shows discrimination, how would you handle that situation? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Uh, at this stage in your career, what exactly are you looking for in a supervisor? Hmm. And what might someone who just met you misunderstand about you? Hmm. Okay. What kind of a writer are you? How would you describe yourself in that capacity? Now, it was unclear from your application whether or not you might have any interest in doing any teaching or tutoring here in the department. Could you tell us a little bit about your pedagogical style? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And last but not least here, do you have any questions for us, or would you like to make any final comments before we close today? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. Well, that completes our interview for today. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll go ahead and get back to you here within the next several weeks. All right, everybody, I'm hoping that that was helpful for you. This is the end of Volume 3 of this series of postdoctoral fellowship practice interviews. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also be sure to share this video with your friends, colleagues, or students, or post a link to it on social media. Helps us out a ton. In addition to that, become a Patreon supporter of ours. Again, the link is down below in terms of the description box. And also, if you're interested in booking a one-on-one tailored admissions interview with me, you can go ahead and do that via the personal website below. All right, y'all, have a great rest of the day, and remember to get out there, take chances, and be your best self. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here as always. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more in this series on navigating academia, please click on one of these links over here to be able to view more original content. I hope to see you there.